Warning, some parts are extremely loud, so put your volume down.
I was around 3 when this happened. A night I will never forget. Or should I say, morning. My mom was a type of mom that would do Santa. And I'm pretty sure by now, everybody knows what or who I'm talking about. One day on a December, my mom came home, excited. She brought this box that said Elf on the Shelf. That's what it was. And it was a creepy little red elf that looked like a little creep watching me. And I wasn't excited like all the other kids that had one. I started crying like a little girl. Of course my mom said don't worry, and put him on a shelf, obviously. That's where it belonged. One day, I would wake up and the elf would be doing something random or naughty, and he would be in different places. That's what it was supposed to do. I remember my mom telling me that it was a little elf that would watch me for Santa, like one of his little helpers. That's what it was. I was so dumb at that time that I believed it. It was a little creepy thing, too. And so, basically, every day when I woke up, I would just see him in a new place, doing something naughty or, bad. I don't know. He would make a mess everywhere. I believed in Santa that time, but I wasn't excited, just like I said. I was scared, but I just ignored it. It also gave me a creepy Christmas vibe. My family was very religious, so Christmas obviously wasn't creepy, which it isn't. Every Christmas my parents would get a birthday cake and sing happy birthday to Jesus. And I remember one morning waking up, I was pretty excited to see where the elf was. I don't know why, but that day I just felt really excited. This is the part that creeped me out. I saw the elf about to open the knife drawer. Well, I didn't see him, but I saw his position. I remember one night when I was going to bed, I fell asleep and I woke up probably like around 4 in the morning and I couldn't get up. I couldn't move. I just thought maybe I was too tired, so I just went back to sleep. I wake up like 20 minutes later and downstairs I hear the drawer opening and I hear a lot of metal hitting each other like someone was about to grab a spoon or a fork. I remember going to sleep again. Woke up 10 minutes later, I opened my eyes, and out of nowhere I see a black figure, a little tiny one, and it's holding something in his hand, like this object. I couldn't make out what it was because it was super dark, but it looked just like a knife. And then I remember the elf. It was that tiny, and that shadow was really tiny, just like the elf. And all I could hear was the elf. He was really talking.
You've been a really naughty boy. You're gonna pay.
And the voice started getting deeper. I could feel the tears dripping down my eyes, and I couldn't move. I was paralyzed, and I was in sleeping paralysis mode, which is when you're paralyzed. When you wake up, you can't move. All I see is the elf's black shadow figure, and I'm pretty sure which it was, staring right down at me. And I started praying. I started praying to God that this thing would go away. And thank God that my little cousin that was 5, he stayed that night and he opened the door. The thing dropped. As soon as he turned on the light switch, started screaming his lungs out. And then finally, I could move again. I got up to bed.
And I was so scared, I was even shaking.
I was shaking so much, I could hardly even breathe. My cousin came to sit down with me. He picked up the elf and took the knife away from him. The elf was still just like when my mom first brought him and put him on the shelf. That's how he was. And my cousin that was 5, he was shaking too. I asked him in a stuttering voice, "What did you see?" He told me, I saw what you saw. My dad came in, saying, can you quiet down, please, and go to sleep? I told him what happened, but obviously he didn't believe me. My dad saw that we had a knife.
And he was like, you shouldn't be playing with knives ever.
That night, my 5-year-old cousin slept with me. The next morning, my mom told me that I shouldn't have the elf anymore. And I'm sorry to spoil this to you guys, but she told me that Santa isn't real. And then later that night, me and my cousin were having a campfire, since it was winter, and I grabbed the elf and just threw it in there. 10 years later, I'm 13 now, and I will never forget what I saw.
And what he told me. What the elf told me.